Guys, Tottenham won, Wolves won. Mohammed Kudus was not able to score a goal today or provide an assist. But then I want to ask you a question before we jump into today's video. If you had a chance to tell Mohammed Kudus something today, just right after the game, what would you tell him? Let me know that down below in the comment. I have only one message for Mohammed Kudus. Don't worry. The goal will still come. We still support you. I could see the disappointment on his face. But still, guys, let's show Mohammed Kudus some love. He played so well today. Mohammed Kudus. Look, Tottenham played a pretty good game in the first half. But in the second half, the coach made some mistakes, which we are going to talk about. We're also going to talk about Mohammed Kudus' performance and what happened in the first half. Why is it so difficult for the ball to get to the back of the net anytime is Kudus playing it? We are also going to talk about that and also talk about the solution to Tottenham's problem. If they don't solve their problem, it's going to be their downfall this season. So please make sure to like, subscribe, and also turn on notification. My name is Adam. You're watching SportsCornerGH. And also don't forget to show Mohammed Kudus some love. Today, he needs all your love. So guys, comment Kudus. Let's talk about that kid. Tottenham versus Wolves. This game on paper, based on form this season, if I asked you to predict one team that was going to do well, you are going to say Tottenham straight out of your head. Even if you ask a kid, that person is still going to say Tottenham. Because before this game, Wolves had not won a game in the EPL. And Tottenham had only lost one game in the EPL so far before this game. That was against Bournemouth. So coming into this game, Tottenham were the clear favorites. And guess what? The fans were in the stadium to support the players. So I was really excited for this game. I just wanted to see how Tottenham were going to handle this game, playing against a team who is being termed an underdog. But when the game started, I noticed Wolves were the ones who wanted to do something first, but Tottenham took over very quickly. In the first half, look, as much as Wolves had their chances to score, Tottenham had more chances to score in the first half. And most of the chances fall on Mohammed Kudus. Mohammed Kudus, exactly in the 14th minute, had a chance. He headed it. People thought he missed that ball. Let me make it clear. He did not miss. It was on target. The goalkeeper saved it. Yes, it was saved by the goalkeeper and it hit the woodwork. And I could see the disappointment in Mohammed Kudus' face because if it was any other day, that should have been a goal. But the goalkeeper magically became Oliver Kahn and saved that ball. As if that was not enough. There was this 1-2 play between Mohammed Kudus and Bedval. And Mohammed Kudus scored a goal. In fact, I shouted Kudus. Only for me to see the linesman raising his flag. Offside. 2-2-2-2. It was an offside. But when I looked at Mohammed Kudus' face, it was as if he wanted to cry. That's why I'm asking you to send a message to Kudus. If you were to see him right after the game, what would you tell him? For me, I'll tell him not to worry. Like, for me, I felt like his facial expression looked like someone who was worried for not scoring that goal. Don't worry, the goal will come. Nobody's pressuring you. Ghanaians are not pressuring. Even Tottenham fans are not pressuring you. Cool down. What would you tell Kudus after the game? Because after those two big chances in the game, Kudus looked a bit worried. But as a professional, he was level-headed. He continued playing that game so well. He was a menace to the defense of Wolves. Playing through that right wing, he was something else. But in that same first half, I know Tottenham fans are going to agree with me that the main football was not being played through the middle. It was being played through the flanks, the wings. The midfield was dead. And this goes to Thomas Frank. Do not play Benteke and Palhinha in such games. Games against underdogs, do not do that. It is not good. So after a very good first half, I was expecting Tottenham to come out in the second half and do exactly the same thing and keep on knocking on the door for a goal. Only for Tottenham to come in the second half, they played poorly. In fact, Wolves were a better team in the second half more than Tottenham Hotspur. It was so sad looking at that game. And I'm going to commend the coach for doing one thing, for taking Benteke out of the game as early as possible. That was one of the good changes he did. But also, when he made that change, the mistake he did was sending Mohammed Kudus to the left wing. That was the biggest mistake. Mohammed Kudus, when he was at West Ham, one thing we were complaining about was how he plays that left wing. And normally, we don't really see much of him on the left wing. So the coach should have known better. Yes, he's versatile. But as much as he's versatile, you know his strongest position. Playing there, you need a goal. He sent Mohammed Kudus to the left in the second half. It wasn't working because once he did that, he brought Xavi Simons through the middle. It was not working at all in the second half. He was trying to play the ball through the middle. It did not work. Then this is what the coach decided to do. He decided to bring Odibet into the game. Odibet on the left wing, Brennan Johnson on the right wing, and played Mohammed Kudus through the middle. That was even worse. It was so bad. I'm not going to lie to you. It was so bad. And I'm going to give the coach his credit once again because it is called in-game management. He did that in the game today. Every single time he moved the pieces on the board and it was not working, he kept on moving it. By the time the game came to an end, Mohammed Kudus went back to his right wing position. This is where I kept on applauding Thomas Frank. Thomas Frank won a point for Tottenham Hotspur because tactically, he won that game. He won that game because after putting Mohammed Kudus in different positions, he noticed it was not working. He sent him back to the right wing where Mohammed Kudus was lethal. So I'm going to give the coach his credit, but he needs to work on his midfield. That midfield is not creative enough. The Tottenham midfield is not creative. It's like without Mohammed Kudus, no one else can create in that Tottenham team. It's so bad. And Tottenham in the January transfer window needs to sign a left winger. Look, let's be very honest. If they do not try and sign a left winger by January, it will come back and haunt them. That is the honest truth. So guys, these are some of the things I noticed in the game. If you notice other things that I've not even mentioned, let me know it down below in the comments. But then for me, Kudus was not bad. He had a great game only for the fact that he had a bad day at the office because the chances that were presented to him on a normal day, it should be a goal. But for some reason, the goalkeeper was on form. I mean, I was shocked though. Now, for those who were shocked about the scoreline, 1-1, don't be shocked. Because if you take a look at the head-to-head between Wolves and Tottenham, you shouldn't even be predicting that this game should be a straight win for Tottenham based on head-to-head. Because head-to-head, Wolves have always, in their last 5 games, have always edged above Tottenham. Go and check their head-to-head in their last 5 games, and you will note that what I'm saying is true. Wolves have always edged above Tottenham in their last 5 games. That should tell you something. Now, Wolves have earned a point from this game. Same for Tottenham. Tottenham currently sits third on the EPL table. They should have been second if they had won the game. But for now, they are third. And currently, they have lost only 1 game. But I believe that the coach did well, but he needs to correct certain things because if he doesn't, Tottenham are going to suffer because they are playing a lot of games this season. So he needs to work on certain... Tottenham needs some quality in the team. What they have is not bad, but they need to improve on it. Back to Mohammed Kudus' goal scoring problem. At the points, I'm not going to lie to you. I even considered that it could be a spiritual issue. I don't know if I'm the only one thinking like this. Because look, you see, the chances he had today, if it was another player who had done exactly the same thing, would have been a goal. It's like the goal is finding it difficult to locate Mohammed Kudus. So at this point, you see, at the point, yeah, I considered it too. I'm not saying that is the actual truth. I considered it that could it be a spiritual thing? Like, how come he even scores and it's an offside? His head, oh God, his head, goalkeeper turns into an Oliver Kahn. Like how? But then the star boy is always the star boy. The goal will surely come. And when it comes, trust me, it's going to be a big one. From what I heard, Mohammed Kudus celebration cheer, the kukurudu, the one with the elephant, has been with him every single time he plays for Tottenham Hotspur. I tell you, Walakalai, that goal will come very soon. And when he comes, I'm telling you. Now, let's talk about Mohammed Kudus' performance in that game in numbers very, very quickly. He played the full 90 minutes in the game. And if you take a look at his total touches, he had 57 accurate passes completed, which is mostly underlooked. Today, he did not miss a pass. 22 out of 22, accumulating to 100%. That is Mohammed Kudus for you. One key pass in the game. Crosses accurate, 2 out of 7. Long balls accurate, 2 out of 2. Shot on target, 2. He hit the woodwork, 1. Big chance missed, 1. I mean, the header, yep. The header was the big chance missed. Ground balls, 1. 7 out of 22. He was rated 6.4. So far score. You people there, this is what you know. You want to tell me that upon all Kudus did it again, they are giving you 6.4. It should be 7 point something. What is 6.4? No. So far score, no. 6.4 does not really merit what he did in the game. I say, if you don't watch the game and you follow these football apps, I'm telling you, they'll tell you something different. But I'm not going to lie, Kudus was great in the game. I just believe that if he had added the goal, it would have made today sweet. You understand? It would have made today sweet. But today already, Dankasa, it has not been good for a lot of clubs. It has not been good. So guys, this is my own takes on Mohammed Kudus. But as I asked, if you were to see him right after the game, what would you tell him? Let me know that down below in the comments. Thanks for joining me. My name is Adam. I'll make sure to see you in the next one. Charlie, we go vibe.